Hi guys, and welcome to the Pet Quarter. In this video we are going to be reviewing the Catsrang cat food, and this is a review that has been requested by one of you, so thank you so much for the question. We are going to jump right into the video. Is Catsrang a good food for your cat, a suitable food for your cat, or is it not? Well, the one thing I want to tell you about your cat is that indoor cats are 100% carnivores. They, like trout, like lions, for example, they do not need any carbohydrates whatsoever to live, to thrive and to be happy. And so the one thing I want you to take away is that they are obligate carnivores. They need as much meat as possible to live on this planet with us, and the more meat you can provide your cat with, the happier they will be. Also, they require this amino acid called taurine, and taurine is the essential amino acid for cats, and this makes them thrive. And if you don't provide your dog with this amino acid, your cat will be deficient in this aspect, in this camp. And it's a bit heartbreaking sometimes, because the foods we give our cats aren't very good, and I want you to know this. They are 100% carnivores. They do not need any carbohydrates whatsoever, and they require taurine from fresh meat in order to survive and thrive. So Catsrang, I here have different varieties, but there's a few that are very similar. They're all very similar. So first we are going to go for the Catsrang All Life Stage, cat food for all ages. So you have a cat and this can be fed according to this bag of food at all life stages. The ingredients: poultry meal, salmon meal, vegetable protein, chicken fat, sugar beet, flaxseed, yeast, multivitamins and minerals. The ingredients, the nutritional ingredients, the composition is moisture 10%, protein 30%, crude fat 11%, and then there's nominal amounts for minerals. Now, I don't like foods for cats or dogs that are unspecific, that are quite vague. So if we give our dog or cat chicken, fresh chicken, we know we are giving our cat fresh chicken. But poultry meal is a bit vague, don't you think? We don't really know what bird we are giving our cat. And salmon meal, it's a bit the same. What does that mean? What does a meal mean? And then we have vegetable protein, which if we have poultry and we have salmon, why do we need vegetable protein on top of that? Shouldn't the protein come from the meat sources instead of the vegetable protein, instead of the vegetables? That's what I don't like. And then we have chicken fat, which at least we know is coming from chicken, so that's wonderful. Now, if we subtract 100 minus the moisture, which is 10%, and 30% of protein, and crude fat, which is 11%, and all the nominal amounts, I reckon you are feeding your cat about 50% carbohydrates with this food. I don't know you, but I don't want to feed my carnivore cat 50% carbohydrates in his food, and my cat, excuse me, only gets meat and meat-based things. He doesn't get 50% carbohydrates. If you were a rabbit, if you had a rabbit, would you feed your rabbit 50% meat? No, you would feed your rabbit 100% grass and things alike, because that's what they are biologically designed to eat. So my suggestion would be, this is not a very good food for a cat. But anyway, let's go on. We have the Catsrang dry cat food for adult cats, and again the ingredients are very similar. We have chicken meal, at least we know it's chicken, and then we have fish meal. They don't tell us what fish they are providing us with, but anyway. And then we have corn. Now corn is a filler, it's a high inflammatory ingredient. Cats cannot digest carbohydrates very well, if at all. For example, they don't have something called hepatic glucokinase, so they don't have the pathway to break down starches and convert them into glucose for the body to use. So it's hard for them to do anything at all with carbohydrates. That's why we are so against them. And then we have soybean meal, which sounds like a filler to me. And then we have chicken oil and beet pulp, flaxseed and brewer's yeast, salt and taurine, and all little vitamins and minerals. And again, I like some of the ingredients, but I completely disagree with so many other ingredients here. In terms of the composition, they say that the protein is 32% and the fat is 14%, which leaves us again with 40 to 50% carbohydrates, and those carbohydrates come from corn and brewer's yeast. And the soybean meal, I am not a fan of giving cats so many carbohydrates, so I would look for a food that doesn't contain as many carbohydrates. Cats are 100% carnivores. They do not need any corn whatsoever in their diet, and that is a fact. And then we have the Catsrang mom and baby dry cat food, and this is described as hairball control, and again they say that they add taurine, which is great. But the ingredients are chicken meal, fish meal and corn, again very similar to the other recipe. We have soybean meal, very similar to the other recipe. Chicken oil, very similar to the other recipe. And then the same pretty much fillers and the same ingredients as the other food we have reviewed. So again, is this a very good food? Is this a very bad food? I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the 40 to 50% carbohydrates in cat food. I think that cats deserve a lot better than a food with so many carbohydrates. We don't think that cats should have any corn in their diet whatsoever. They don't need it. It's inflammatory. Their little livers and pancreas and kidneys have a hard time digesting some of these carbohydrates. If they are digested at all, they are 100% carnivores, and that's the only thing to know about cat food. Basically, there's a lot more to learn about cats, but that's a very good thing to know about cats. They are 100% carnivores. They do not need corn, and they do not need no soybean meals or brewer's yeast. All they need is 100% meat, and if you find a food that contains as much meat as possible, that will be a lot better for your cat. I guarantee it. The cat's coat will be shinier, it'll be better, the teeth will be better, the overall health will be better, the poos will be smaller, they won't smell as bad, because whenever cats poo and they smell, that's undigested plant material, undigested carbohydrates. They don't have the same ability as you or me to digest all the carbohydrates. So that has been the review. Thank you so much for your question. Leave any comments below and I will see you in the next one.